I'm here with Melissa. We're gonna talk about how she got into the makeup industry, different things that she liked. So what really got you into makeup?
Actually, I think it was back in college and I just needed a second job, and I was looking for something to do, and I went to, at the time it was Dayton's, I think it was in Oshkosh, or it was University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh, go UW0. Needed a part-time job. I just, this looked cool, and applied, and my first job was Clinique counter. It was easy, it was fun. I liked all the products. I had a lot of crap in my drawers. Got a lot of free products.
Did they send you to training?
Of course. Went to lots of training.
So how long have you been doing makeup total?
Probably over 20 years.
20 years in makeup?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. How many brides would you say you've done?
Thousands. I don't even know. I've had brides come up to me from years ago. I remember when we've been married now 15 years. Whoa. That kind of ages you. But I don't know, hundreds, a lot.
Is there anything that stands out to you in the makeup industry that you think's kind of in that main staple throughout the time that you've been a makeup artist?
I would say that what stands out, or what's always seems, it's every bride just wants to be timeless and classic. Yes, we get brides that want to be more modern, that maybe want to do something different, want to experiment more with color, but a lot of the times it's more modern, timeless and classic looks for the most part. That's pretty much how we roll. Our first, I don't know if it's our first, but it's our first main, I don't know if it's the right word, main goal, but we mostly do timeless looks, classic looks.
So, since you've been doing makeup for 20 years and you've been constantly learning new techniques and everything, do you ever find yourself learning new techniques from some of the artists that come in?
Absolutely. Yeah. I learn sometimes sometimes you just watch, for example, wings. I can watch some girls, they'll use tape. It's there's actual tape that you can put on your face that's made for face that they'll do, and then they'll draw the wing and then they pull the tape off. Also baking techniques. I learned most of that just by watching some of the girls on our team that are really good at that. That's a whole different avenue of makeup, but yeah, I learn a lot of things, and I think a lot of girls also learn from me too. So
you started off as a person of one doing makeup, and what is your business grown to today?
We have, and the squeaking is our dogs. We're a team of 25. We seem to touch and go between 25 and 27. We have some seasonal girls that do live in Florida that says, hey, if it's a busy weekend and I'm gonna make enough money Friday, Saturday, and so I'll fly in and I'll do makeup for you, which is kind of cool. But we have 12 makeup artists, including me, and then we have 13 hairstylists. And then we have two girls that are combo artists that do hair and makeup. But all together, 25 of us for sure. Yeah.
And what would you say would be the average number of weddings that you do throughout the course of a year?
I think it changes every year. I think the more that we get our name out there, the more that we become desired and stuff, our numbers increase. Last year we did 332 weddings. That was for 2024. That was pretty big. And the year before that we were at 257. So we doubled it, or not double it, we went up by 50-ish weddings. And what day is it in January? I don't know. We have 7 sold out dates already for 25. and we're just starting to get inquiries for 26. I don't like to book out too ahead because I always like to review our pricing and decide if I want to change anything with that. So year at most, I'll book us out.
Now, do you feel your pricing is competitive? Do you try to stay below market? Do you try to stay, would you say, more to the conservative side so that anybody can get your services? How would you say it?
Well, I would say that our prices are moderate. I believe that we are within reason of what other ones are out there. We're not the lowest, and we're definitely not the most expensive. But I'm not going to tell anybody how to run their own business. I mean, obviously, what works for them. But we don't work on a tiered basis. I know, and I just think on your wedding day, I don't really think I'd want someone super brand new doing my hair and makeup for like one of the most important days of my life. So all our girls have at least 5 years experience with either working in makeup somehow or hair somehow. And I just feel like, that makes like less competition, I think, within the team too. Knowing like, oh, I'm a tier 1 versus, oh, she's a tier 5, It just, everybody's the same. And everybody on the team is very good. So I think you're getting good quality no matter who you get for paying our prices. I have a premium, obviously, for me. I mean, I'm not trying to like say, whoo, but I'm busy. I'm running the team. And if you want to have me as your makeup artist personally, that, I do have a little bit of premium just for me, a retention fee. Because that just means, okay, I'm going to put away this day just for you, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to be there for you.
And compared to some of the artists, you have probably more time in the makeup industry than they do.
There's probably one that has more than me. That would be Nancy. But for the most part, it's probably Nancy, then me. Then yes, I do have the most time in the industry than the rest of them.
Okay.
But I mean, all the girls are really good. I mean, girls that, my hairstylists, all of them are licensed. I don't have anybody on the team that is not a licensed hairstylist, which is a plus. Majority of them also have their own private salon, so they're doing hairstyles during the week, like their cuts and colors and their normal clients to keep them busy. And then they make enough money and love working what we do to shut down their business on the weekend and come work for me on a bridal team.
So me, as your husband and a layman, knowing nothing about makeup, obviously, what would you tell the I don't do makeup bride, or the bride that's coming to you saying, all right, everybody says I need to get my makeup done, what do I do? Like, what do you tell them?
Everybody should have some kind of makeup, whether they're doing it themselves or they hire a professional to do it. I understand everyone has a budget, but you should definitely get your hair done and your makeup done for your wedding. I mean, these are, you're looking at yourself, and everybody looks a little bit better with makeup on. Doesn't mean you have to have a full out glam. But just a little bit of foundation, some blush, some lipstick, mascara, great. We've done all kinds of brides. We've done people who have actually worn like zero makeup, and they're coming to us the first time with like deers in the headlights and scared when they sit in our chair, and we work with them. We have, if you tell me that lipstick's too bright, okay, we'll tone it down. I've done tinted balm lipstick, which is literally chapstick with a little bit of color on people, and they love it, and sure, that's great. So, yeah.
Excellent. So tell me about the events that you've been doing. I know that you started with, is it the Red Circle Inn?
We've done a lot of wedding events, more on a smaller scale. Still conferences. We've been invited to venues because they'll have like their own bridal boutique, which is they'll invite in a couple vendors from photography, videography, flowers, decor, linens to hair and makeup and stuff, DJs, and we've been to those. We've done a few of those in the past over the years, and This was the first time that we were kind of called upon to do the Wonderful World of Weddings. I don't know if it was luck or I don't know how, but they reached out and made the connection, and that's how we ended up doing the 57th Annual World of Weddings.
And what was the prep like for getting ready for it?
Very stressful, because I feel like whether we were thrown in last minute because they didn't have a hair and makeup team, I'm not really sure, but they reached out pretty much like the first week of December, and the show was the first week of January. So I had to, I mean, we had signage, but when she told me how big our booth is, there was no way my little pitty sign was gonna look great in that size of a booth. So I was, on Vistaprint trying to figure out a big sign that would, be big enough, ordering things. And of course, being like at the end of the year and Christmas, you're like, okay, how much can I really spend? I still gotta buy Christmas gifts, and I usually do like a party for the girls in January, and I had to move that to February. So I was a little stressed out, but I made it happen.
So you basically had a month to get everything ready.
Yes.
Planned, executed. How do you think you did for your first
I think
setup?
we did really good. For our first setup, I am very happy with it, the way it looked. Few minor changes for next year. Like, I really wanted our team to have like t-shirts, and I just thought it'd be cool if we all had the same looking t-shirts, so we just looked branded, and didn't have time to do that. So next year, I definitely, if we're gonna do it again, we're gonna have t-shirts that all match. I think that would look real nice. Maybe just like a bigger tables for hair, but I think overall, I think the booth looked really good. Maybe a bigger screen, a little bit better, like just pictures fitting in the screen. Like we had a screen and it did its purpose, but I felt like we could probably have had a bigger one. But other than that, I think our booth looked really well. We had a lot of compliments on our booth. They thought it looked pretty, probably because of the roses. That had to be it. But
Definitely the roses.
Well, otherwise it would have
The
just
roses
been like
for everything.
Otherwise it would have been just like this black, like curtain, and it would just look plain. So I think the roses added a lot to it. So.
And nothing to do with the feathers.
And the feathers. Well, I mean, it's bougie. It's hair and makeup. You have to be bougie when you're wedding. Wedding's all about bougie, flowers, roses,
Fairy lights.
tulle, fairy lights. It looked very bridal.
Yeah, it did.
And creepy head pieces.
Oh, those things were creepy.
Those didn't come out on the one. Those stayed under the table.
Good.
But yeah. But I think overall, we did a really good job setting up the booth. I think it looked good. Now that I know what it's like, I might do Wed Plans, which is another big one that's in Madison, which is literally the weekend right after. So we do that one and then we do that one. But yeah, didn't know what I was getting into, so needed to experience that first before I was like, okay, we can do this. We can do another one, 2 weekends in a row.
Awesome.